understand. Will they fuck it all up or will they save the land? Treachery, vanity, loitering and worse. They are their own worst enemies. These fuckers only know curse. Authors and dragons. Authors and dragons. Their powers combined, a group of fantasy authors take on a sadistic games master. Will they survive? Prepare for adventure. Authors and dragons! Authors and dragons!
Hi everybody, I'm Joseph Brassi. I play the role of Bjorg Bjornsson, enthusiastic and violent barbarian. I was an author on the Mongoliad books. My novel Skyfarer and Dragon Road can be found from Angry Robot Books and anywhere books are sold. And I am the author of such non-existent titles as Butt Dust Fuck Force. You get the idea.
Well, damn, that's better than anything I've written lately. Anyway, hey everyone, my name is Rick Gualtieri, I play Silas Kane, who is certainly not the Arrow of the Gods. In real life, well, let's be honest, you've been listening to me talk. If you haven't picked up the Liching Hour or Bent Not Broken by now, you have no excuse. You know it's out there. Don't act surprised.
Hello, friends. My name is Robert Bevan. I play the role of Klaus Richter, the notorious rogue. In real life, I write the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories, starting with the first book, Critical Failures. I also write many of the Shingles books. Go get 'em.
Hi there, my name is Steve Wetherill, and I play Brandon Fymester, a currently very clean monk. In real life, I write the Doomsayer Journeys and other such books with Falstaff Books. Go check them out on Amazon.com, or wherever you get digital books, I don't know.
Hey everybody, I am Drew Hayes, the Dungeon Master of this game, the sculptor of this shit statue, and author of books like Superpowered, Fred the Vampire Accountant, and the Spells, Swords, and Stealth series, the latest of which, Noble Roots, is available on audiobook as you're hearing this, because it came out August 2nd. So if you are an audiobook fan, go snatch that up. And, while we're talking about stuff that's kind of coming out and coming up, we are in less than a month countdown to Authors and Dragons Con in Charlotte, North Carolina. I believe that is August
19th to
through
21st.
Yes. I had to double check because I didn't want to say it wrong. That's the commitment we bring to this goddamn podcast. Yeah, so less than a month out. We're coming up. We've got guests announced. We've got programming announced. We've got still a few, fun things tucked away. It is going to be a kick-ass time. We hope you can join us, but now is absolutely the time to grab those tickets because, we only have so many of these we can record and remind you with before the date is here.
Shingles movie preview, Matt Dinnerman, many other guests, Salty Bastards, Calamity Janes, and of course the Chronicles of Calamity, Authors and Dragons crew. Oh man, it's going to be so good. Get your ticket. If you don't get a ticket, you should feel bad about yourself.
And Rick, I believe you have a special announcement regarding the feeds for our various shows.
Yes, speaking of Salty Bastards and Calamity Janes, if you are wondering, hey, how come those that haven't downloaded it as of late? Well, we have spun off the various, I guess, kind of sub games or side games, if you will. Salty Bastards, Calamity Janes, At the Movies, and East Infection. They're still part of our podcast. They're still part of the A&D family, but they are now their own RSS feeds. So wherever you're listening to podcasts from, if you want to follow those, you're going to have to just look those up because they're not going to show up in the same feed anymore. So if you're over there on Apple, take a look for Calamity Jane's Actual Play podcast. Take a look for Salty Bastards, and that is where you will find them.
Actually, a good way to get them all together is to go to www.spreaker.com, where we're kind of hosted at the moment, and just type in Authors and Dragons in their search bar. It should give you our username, which should give you all the podcasts kind of in a nice little clump.
I can do you one better. Go to www.authorsanddragons.com, click on the podcasts link at the top, and all of those feeds will be there.
Actually, Steve can do you one better, because there's going to be a link to everything he's talking about in the description of this episode, isn't there?
Actually, Drew, I'll do all of you one better, because if you come to Authors and Dragons Con in Charlotte, North Carolina, August 19th to 21st, I will personally tattoo our website onto your ass cheeks with a rusty blade. Not guaranteed.
Also, the episode link is in the description.
I'll do you one better. I'm already in your house uploading all this.
I mean, that is
The
convenient.
Jorcer is coming from inside the house.
Oh, no.
Oh God!
No.
Oh,
No.
God.
Don't touch
I didn't
anything.
pick my words right. All right, so last time on Authors and Dragons,
Don't
this is
just
a
walk
recap
away
of-
from that, Drew. Like it was a fucking explosion and you're in a 90s action movie.
I'm walking away and not looking back, baby. So last time on Authors and Dragons, our crew had finally made it to the lair, quote unquote, of Dr. Ponch. And they had discovered that perhaps they should once again consider their information sources before taking things as gospel, realizing that the crystal-addicted people living in the sewers of this society may not have painted the most accurate depiction. Dr. Ponch tells you that he has helped to purge the crystal addiction from the society, and he, while wishes to help you hatch Brand Egg, he cannot, in good conscience, reopen it knowing it might destroy the people he has worked so hard to save. Alternatively, he has suggested something involving the lightning and the weird dimensional storm that guards the island, but you all needed a rest and, more importantly, a shower. Bjorg, you have finally popped that bucket free, although it is now on Fandango.
Oh, damn.
Who was partially, I believe, affected by Dr. Ponch's cleansing tonic, though nowhere near as deeply as Klaus.
There must be a better way to carry this bucket. We should invest in a handle.
Klaus, you wake up dehydrated, ravenously hungry, and you're pretty sure you have lost at least 5 to 10 pounds.
So Klaus wakes up, is what you're saying. You also have a sense of randomized guilt and short-term memory loss, just like every other day.
Yeah, he's lucky to have bones.
Do I need a perception check to know the difference?
No, this is a unique. This is you've been hungover enough that you are an expert on that feeling.
Oh my God.
This is very much its own thing.
Oh, that's bad then. That's really bad.
All right, whatever I did last night, don't do that.
Klaus, until you have gotten food and water, you are going to be making any physical checks or actions at a disadvantage.
We've all been there.
Okay.
Enjoy that clean colon while it lasts.
Yeah. You are, by the way, yes, you are absolutely sober. There is not one contaminant in your system.
Well, there's a problem.
You can react to that how you want, but that is your situation. So everyone, a refresher: you all stayed at the inn that is woven into the side of the cliff face that just so happens to be directly off the map.
No.
Ah, shucks, what a thing.
Are we noticing that Klaus is deadly sober for a change, or are we still horrified that Bjorg managed to tug the bucket off his head, which instantly backflipped straight onto Fandango's head, like some kind of horrible bucket vampire?
I'm beginning to be concerned about this bucket.
Oh yeah, they
yeah,
learned
me
the
too.
bucket. They did learn about the bucket, but you weren't listening for that, so I'll let them tell you.
It's got eyes now. I didn't mean it
What?
for it to be this way.
What do you mean you didn't mean for it? This happened?
I wanted to make some humorous googly eyes on the bucket to maybe make this situation less horrifying, but now it just has a very stern anime stare, and that follows me wherever I go.
That's deeply disconcerting.
Yeah, but I've found it helps to just ignore it as much as possible.
The more he's talking, Fandango is just kind of slumping in his chair, and it could be that he's, hungover and has a bucket on his head, but the effect is that it looks like the bucket is just like slowly leaning forward and looking more directly at Brandon as he talks.
Brandon will take a step to the right.
Bjorg just stares back at the bucket and goes, "Well, I've seen stranger eyes. Maybe it's friendly."
Oh no.
This is the same stare that Fandango gives to every woman we come across. So whatever. Now we're just getting it.
Oh,
It's gone.
that's too
It's
friendly.
gone.
So everyone can awaken, go down, get breakfast. To meet at Dr. Ponch's workshop once you're all rested and ready. Of course, a long rest has occurred, so reset spells, key points, various other abilities as needed.
All right.
Understood.
I, for one, am famished.
I have many rages.
All right. Let's say we go maybe make him hatch Toreg against his will.
Hey Klaus, you feeling all right there? You look focused.
No, I require sustenance. I shall head for the breakfast for, I don't know, some
Bloody Mary.
oatmeal and, yeah, maybe a mimosa or two.
Yeah, mimosas sound good.
Okay, you can definitely get your food. That was part of your room. For a drink, it's a working town, kind of footloosey. All right, I'm gonna give you a 30% chance they serve alcohol at breakfast. You can pick your range, Klaus.
Am I rolling this?
Yes.
That means there's a
Pick a
70%
D100
chance that
yeah.
you have
Yeah,
to
all right.
dance to confound the mayor.
1 to 30. Keep it simple.
All right.
95.
They are not serving alcohol at breakfast currently. This is kind of a working town. They don't even bother getting that ready and set up until it's evening.
Come on, Klaus. You can do this, all right?
I will. Perhaps I can have drink some grape juice and allow it to ferment in my stomach.
That's literally not how it works.
Yeah, they can serve you grape juice. That's something they serve you a berry juice. This is sort of a contained island, so you've got limited stock, but they do have some sort of berry that is grape-like.
That's fine.
Lingonberries.
I think I've got something to spike it with. I'll be all right.
All right.
Oh god, do not pee in that.
I mean, I love that that's where your head went, and also there is no pee in Klaus right now. He is bone dry on every tank.
He's been voided.
Thank God.
Oh, have you ever seen anyone squirt air through their penis? Watch this.
I'd really rather not.
I'm so glad we started keeping track of this.
What would you even call a male queef? A meef?
A meef? Yeah?
A brief.
Kink.
I mean, how is a peef not right in there?
Oh no.
You just
So
say
anyway,
penis.
you guys
Oh,
had
no.
breakfast.
No, let's not just scroll past this. We just invented the peef. We should atone for what we've done.
I don't know. I still like the kink.
Jesus Christ.
What have we?
You happy, Steve? You happy we went back for this?
Yes. No, I'm not happy, Drew, but it needed to be done. We needed to put a stake through the heart of this.
Did it really need to be done? Did it?
So, anyone have anything else they want to do about breakfast? Claus is inventing shit.
Bjorg will devour an uncomfortably large amount of food. Not to the point of rudeness, but I am a large man.
You spent a lot of time with a bucket on your head, too.
Yes.
True.
Those eyes give a man a hungry stomach.
Silas will accost any other eaters, to convert their filthy addict asses to Toreg.
Egg white omelette and tricep dips on the bar.
I expected nothing less. So everyone has had breakfast. You have completed your meal. Do you have anything you want to talk about before you go meet up with Ponch? Anything else you want to do?
What the fuck has been happening?
What did you see when the bucket was on your head? Talk quietly, because I don't want the bucket to hear me.
Who are you people?
What did Bjorg see when the bucket was on his head?
You don't remember. You remember a bucket falling toward you, and then a stretch of darkness and timelessness, and then the bucket was coming off of you.
Darkness took me, and I strayed out of sight and out of mind.
That's worrying.
And every day was as long as a life age of the earth.
Well, that's depressing. Klaus, I assume you just have some kind of internal bucket.
I don't think I've ever seen him look that empty.
No, he's freaking me out a bit. He looks focused. He's standing upright. His hands aren't shaking. This is strange and I don't like it.
There's not a sickly sweet whiff of booze coming off of him.
Have I finally saved him? Well, my job here is done. Bye.
I believe I have a wineskin in my inventory. It's like, Bjorg, hold him down.
Are we about to drunkify Klaus?
All right. Do you grapple Klaus?
Sure, what are we doing?
Look, there's something deeply wrong with Klaus.
And you're going to shove a wineskin in his mouth?
This is a Pulp Fiction scenario.
I don't know what that means.
Do I have to make an opposed check?
You can let it happen.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay, right, I'm going to, if he's held down on the bar by Bjorg, I'm going to shove the wineskin into his mouth and then punch the wineskin as hard as I can.
Just for fun, roll me an attack and damage. Let's see
This
how much
is wrong.
force is being applied.
Okay.
This is like a reverse enema.
Yeah, kind of a beer funnel.
I think the pressure got to me. I rolled a 12 for the unarmed strike.
Well, seeing as he's going along with it, I guess that'll work.
Okay.
Do I come awake like Uma Thurman?
Oh God!
I want to see the damage. I want to see how quickly this gushes into you.
15 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Holy
So
fuck.
you strike that wine bag. It floods down Klaus's system, and like his hands kind of shake like Hulk Hogan, like breaking out of a lock, and a glazed look passes over his eye.
Come back to me, buddy. Go towards the light.
Klaus, you are no longer entirely sober.
Brandon Thighmaster. Auntie M. I remember.
There is no RTM, but welcome back.
This is definitely one of the most disconcerting things I've ever been involved with. And I've killed a lot of people.
Yeah, I'll just say I'm the only one whose hands are clean here.
The world has gone from black and white to blurry again.
All right, so you have all scared some of the occupants of the restaurant who just move away from you, and finished your breakfast. Gordon just quietly eats.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting him to do anything useful. Like, there's been one hero this breakfast time, and I think we all know it's me.
But to be fair, is there ever a time when you don't identify yourself as the hero?
Absolutely not.
That's what I thought. Another steak!
You have, aside from forcibly intoxicating Klaus,
Reviving
anything else you'd
Klaus.
like to do?
What is this gruel I've been eating?
Klaus, you now have technically drank and eaten something, so your disadvantage is gone.
You see?
Oh, thank you, Brandon Thighmaster.
I'm Brandon Fire. I know how the body works.
I'm a more perfect specimen again.
Well, let's not go too far. You're a shipwreck. I just know how to keep you afloat.
That might be the nicest thing I've ever heard you two say to each other.
Well, we're compadres.
It's weirdly sweet. You didn't want to lose your buddy to sobriety.
Yeah, I mean, I said at the beginning that we all choose a path, and universe help us, we're all on this path together.
I mean, I don't know how much agency Klaus had in that choice just now.
There is no agency. There is only the path.
I made a decision not to resist.
Oh my god!
That's true. I guess Klaus did roll with it. Oh, man.
The universe wants you to be the most perfect version of yourself. And the most perfect version of yourself has had at least 3 bottles of wine forcibly ejected into his system.
Oh, goodness. All right, anything else y'all like to do?
Well, now that Klaus is internally moist again, I guess we
Oh.
should head over to the doctor.
Yeah.
All right.
Not necessary. I prefer this state.
All right, you all head over to the doctor's lab, where he is waiting for you out front. Good morning, good morning. I see you are all recovered at least from a debris and disgust element.
I feel cleaner. Also, I can see again. I don't know who you are.
Dr. Flivius Ponch.
That's a name.
Indeed. And I am understanding that you all would like help hatching your egg.
That is my understanding as well.
Yes, please.
Well,
Brandon wants to be a parent.
Fortunately enough for you, I have been experimenting with attempts to harness the dimensional storm energy that rages outside of our island. Now, I'm just about ready to attempt a actual size test which could generate enough power to awaken Brandak. However, I do need more of the core material.
What is the core material? Are we talking about ab power? Because I can help you out.
I shall require more time to regain my core material.
Oh, God.
That's disgusting.
So, Dr. Ponch takes out a photo of a snail with like a rainbow kind of sheen on its shell. And he kind of shows you guys. He goes, most creatures are obliterated by the dimensional energy or transported by it, but some manage to survive with low-level amounts slowly filtering into their systems. The dimensional snail is one such entity. When stable, I can utilize their shells and make conductive rods that can capture the lightning. But first I need the shells. Also, an unstable shell can have unpredictable side effects.
Now, I have to ask, are the snails going to be happy about us taking this shells?
Well, you don't actually have to take the shells. I just need you to gather the snails. He starts handing out little satchels. And if you want to look inside, it's kind of like a dimensional bag of holding, except it leads to a little snail habitat. They all lead to the same habitat.
Oh, that's adorable.
Huh. It's like Pikmin.
Yeah, there's like a little waterfall, tiny grass. It looks nice. It's a very, very chill place for snails.
Does look nice. They're doing all right. Okay, I thought we were going to have to murder them, but this is better.
Well, they don't survive the extraction process, but I have to keep them safe until then.
Okay, well, I'm just going to stop listening when I felt like it.
I give not a fuck.
Snails
I
are
am
sinful.
There's our boy.
They can be tricky to spot. They like to blend in with the natural crystal surroundings of their cavern.
Now, some of us don't like removing their sunglasses. Is there an easy way to detect these snails?
Not that I've discovered, but science marches ever onward. Perhaps you shall be the one to crack that conundrum.
Well, luckily, we do have a recently refreshed rogue on the team.
With an improved intelligence score.
Absolutely, I'm sure. I'm sure you think you have an improved intelligence score.
I bumped it up when I leveled.
Yep, you definitely think that you have an improved intelligence score.
That's sort of the thing. Like, should anyone really have a good sense of their intelligence score?
I watched a bunch of YouTube videos.
So first off, I'm selling supplements, and secondly...
I have a bunch of alternative media takes I'd like to share with you guys.
So do y'all have any other questions for Ponch?
Get snails, no fails. Let's do this.
Yes. Let us kill snails.
Very well.
All right. So you will all head off. Do you want to bring Brandegg with you or leave him in the care of Dr. Ponch?
Oh, I think we're pretty good at exploiting childcare wherever it becomes available to us.
Already thinking like a parent.
Exactly.
In fairness, he was keeping Brandegg safe the whole time y'all were fucking around in the sewers.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll turn a pointed look to Gordon and say, yes, Doctor, I would like to leave Brandegg with you.
All right. Brandegg stays with Dr. Ponch, and you all are heading to a cave to look for dimensional snails. So, gonna head on down to the snail cave. It's a cave that's full of snails. All right, y'all all should see a cavern with water and a whole bunch of pretty multicolored rocks.
It is very pretty.
Excellent.
Many rocks.
All right. Snail cave. The doctor needs snails. Dimensional snails litter the cavern, hiding amongst the gems, absorbing energy from the ever-present storm around the island. To channel that power, the doctor will use their shells, so you only need to stow them in the provided satchel. But be careful. The snails will be happy in their magical habitat, but will react if improperly handled. Additionally, not every snail is stable. Attempting to grab an unstable snail will have interesting consequences. The perception DC to spot a dimensional snail that might be stable is 17. The perception DC to spot a stable dimensional snail is 22. The check to handle them into the satchel with either dexterity or sleight of hand, if you have it, is 14.
Oh no.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay, guys, we know we have to be particularly careful about seeing which of these snails are just magical snails and which of them are slightly off magical snails, and we've been advised to handle these carefully. So, did everybody skip the breakfast mimosas? Yeah, they weren't available. We should be fine. This will be fine.
I mean, Klaus is drunk.
Oh no, it's better that way.
Have no fear. I have studied Magicus molluscus.
That makes me so uncomfortable.
Well, while y'all are in that uncomfortable state, why don't we go ahead and open up some initiative? That way we can just keep track of what everybody's doing.
Let's do it.
Silas rolls a 12.
Bjorg rolls a 10.
Oh, Brandon Firemaster rolls a 7.
Klaus Richter rolls a 19.
Oh fuck, I forgot to select my token. Sorry.
You monster.
Oh, I did as well. Hang on. Brandon Firemaster rolls an 8.
Let me try that again.
The trick is to pay close attention to the shimmer of their slime trail.
Oh,
That
God.
didn't work either. It didn't work. Bjorg rolls a 21. Nat 20 on initiative.
All right.
Actually, when it comes to molesting mollusks, I'm going to let Klaus lead the way anyway, regardless of initiative.
So let's see. So I love you guys, but when you miss your token initiative, we're not going to do a reroll.
Okay. Sorry.
So you got a 10 on initiative, and
There it
Brandon
is.
has a 7.
Oh no, I've
Alright.
gone down from 8 to 7.
Oh, and then Klaus has a 9.
Klaus has a 9. All right. And Fandango has a bucket. All right, Silas, you are up. Oh, I almost forgot Gordon. Jesus, how appropriate.
Okay, so should I do a perception check for snails?
If you want to.
Sure, why not? Let's start off with the perception. Silas gets a 13.
You see a bunch of rocks, but you're right at the entrance, and there's not a lot of rocks around, not a lot of potential snails, so nothing that catches your eye in this particular area.
All right. Then I will walk to the water's edge and see how deep it looks.
It only goes about like ankle to like maybe half shin deep at the absolute deepest. This is, an environment for snails, so it's a lot of shallow pools
Alright.
and stuff.
And I will step in and see what happens.
All right. What happens is your feet are wet.
Okay. I feel like I deserve this.
That's kind of a real dead dove do not eat moment. Alright. We'll throw Gordon in the mix. Holy shit! Gordon, you have pretty good perception, buddy.
It's about time Gordon started pulling his weight.
I mean, he was sick for a while there. All right, Gordon will go boop, 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 boop. With his movement, and then with his action, he will say, "Hey, I found a snail!" And he already used his perception to look for it, so he'll grab it on his next action. Bjorg.
All right.
Well, let's watch carefully.
Bjorg will walk to the water's edge. And then this is for the fans. Using his fucking boots of water walking, you will walk across the water towards, let's see here.
He will save himself sinking 8 inches into the water.
You say that like Brandon Thighmaster's not going to do the exact same thing when he runs across it on his turn.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to roll perception to find snails. That's a 10.
Again, you're kind of the early part. You don't see any potential snails currently. I guess we probably should have given you guys a... we'll say he needs 7 total snails. So otherwise, there's really no end to this.
We've gotten all the snails.
All right, Klaus, you are up.
All right. Well, I guess. Yeah, I can only move 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was gonna go look by the shiny rocks, but since that would blow, my action, I will. I'll just look for snails here.
All right, roll a perception.
11.
All right, with your 11 perception, you do not see any snails, potential or otherwise. So we'll blame the same reason. You're, still at that early shallow area, not a lot of options.
Yeah, I knew this. I have an improved intelligence score.
Brandon, my master.
Well, I'm uncomfortably close to Fandango Bucket, so I'm going to use my initial monk speed of 50 feet to get fairly out into the water, right where Gordon was. He said he had a snail. I want to see if there are more snails around here I can snag. So I guess I'll roll a perception.
Yep.
5.
You don't even see the snail he's talking about.
Gordon, what is a snail?
Whoa, man. That's deep.
You're holding like a weird looking rock right now.
He's kind of just got like his hands out like he's groping the air, like he's ready to grab, but he hasn't gotten to. Oh, creepy bastard.
I've seen rocks, but we're looking for snails, Gordon. Snails. Whatever they are.
All right, Silas Kane. Maybe you can tell us what is a snail.
Well, obviously, a filthy sinner. All right, let me take a perception here. A 7.
Still no candidates so far.
We need somebody to cast like a lightning bolt spell into this water and just cause all the snails to float up.
I really thought y'all had better perceptions than this.
It
doesn't help that y'all have been rolling very badly.
Where have you been?
Well, it's Gordon's turn, so I guess he's gonna try and grab a snail, man. Do you have sleight of hand? No. So this is just... Well, I guess you can just roll it either way. You just don't get your proficiency. What did I say the DC was? 14. Okay. 12. All right. So you see Gordon snake his hand down among the rocks, and he pulls out...
Oh, my.
Pulls out Jorcerer.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Gotta save the crossover, man. That's the big ticket event. All right, he pulls out one of the rocks that he plucks. He turns around, and you realize it kind of has a conical pattern to the hue, and it is in fact a snail, a dimensional snail. And then...
Oh, a snail.
What did you think it was? An S-shaped nail?
Maybe.
Oh boy. And he although he does manage to throw it in the satchel, he handles it in a way that is not as delicate as it should be, and the snail releases a blast of prismatic energy, hitting Gordon for 5 damage and leaving him frosty with a like chattering teeth.
Man, look at that escort go.
Nice.
I'm just gonna put the snails that have been captured up in the top of the map as a little counter.
Well, that would be kind of worrying if we gave a single solitary shit about Gordon, but fortunately we don't.
Never have, never will.
That counts as a capture, though.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, they can. There's different levels of failure. If you do it slightly bad, you get an ill effect, but you can still manage it. If he had done significantly worse, then, he wouldn't have managed.
Well done, Gordon. Do that 6 more times. Attaboy.
All right. After Gordon is Bjorg.
All right, Bjorg is gonna.
Who among us hasn't had a bit of prismatic spray on the face?
Bjorg is gonna move over here to this other crystal and percept again.
All right, roll me a perception.
That's a 23. Much better.
All right, Bjorg, you look at the walls and you see why that looks like that has to be a dimensional snail.
I'm gonna grab it.
You have already used your action for perception.
Oh, right.
But next round, you can make that grab, sir.
Okay. Excellent.
Klaus.
Klaus shall move 2 spaces over and search among the crystals.
Roll me a perception, sir.
Klaus rolls a 12.
With a 12, no dice. Nothing that looks like it could work just yet.
Yes, these crystals are stupid.
There's our cunning rogue.
All right. Brandon Thighmaster.
Okay, well, now that I know what a snail looks like, hopefully I should have a better time of trying to identify one. So, perception. Blammo. 11.
Yep, no dice.
Oh, they do still kind of look like rocks. Yeah, this is harder than I thought it was going to be.
Silas Kane.
I would consider looking for any snail trails, but those would all just lead back to Klaus, so
Oh,
I'll go to this lump of rocks and try to percept it.
alrighty.
Natural 1.
Roll me a d20.
You forget I am bereft of trails.
That's a double up.
19.
All right, yeah, you think you see a snail and you grab and you're like, oh yeah, got you, motherfucker! But it's a rock and it is very attached to the other rocks.
This snail is fighting me. Roll initiative.
With Fandango compromised, Gordon is gonna step in and say, it seems like you guys are having a lot of trouble finding these things, right?
No.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but...
Well, I have just the fairy fire! And he casts fairy fire on a big old section of the rocks.
Alright, I'm just trying to remember when Fandango cast fairy fire to any positive benefit to any of us. And it's not coming up, so...
Well, the benefit of fairy fire is that all the creatures in it are easier to spot. So,
Drew, I'm not saying that fairy fire doesn't have a benefit. I'm just saying that it's never been cast to benefit in this podcast thus far.
fair enough. All right, well, here, okay, each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet hue. We'll just say blue. Any creature in the area is also outlined. If it fails a dex saving throw, I will roll 1 for the snails. But they're snails, so kind of just rolling for 20s here. 4. Okay, snails don't succeed. So, within this 20-foot by 20-foot cube, you all will have advantage on spotting snails.
Nice.
Good job, Gordon. When we find these snails, we'll make sure that we completely forget to give you credit for this.
I'd expect nothing less from you bastards.
You're quite useful when you're not puking yourself inside out.
It's amazing how much a little help rendered me a member of capability. Bjork, you're up.
Gonna grab a snail.
All right, roll me a. You can just hit sleight of hand, whether you have it or not. It'll work properly.
Bjorg rolls an 11.
Okay, so that is enough that you can get the snail in, but not so much that you don't trigger one of its effects. So roll me a d6.
3.
Okay. Bjorg, you throw the snail in just as it washes out a wave of dimensional energy, and you will find out how that affects you next turn.
All right.
Ooh.
Flashy.
Klaus.
All right. My intellect leads me south. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. I shall check around the crystals here.
All right, roll me a perception.
12.
No dice.
Your advanced intellect has stopped you going for the one place that Gordon just said, hey, we should all check here.
I've magically outlined the snails to make them easier to find.
Guys, I've made this so much easier for all of us.
That's for people that aren't as smart as me. Give that crutch to the disabled among you.
Well, Brandon Thighmaster, it is your turn to use those eyes.
Well, I'm not as smart as Klaus, so I'm going to use my monk speed to get straight into the easy option. And, I don't know, I guess, do I have to perceive now, or can I just take a wild grab?
No, you still have to roll perception, but you do get advantage on it.
Okay, well, that doesn't fill me with confidence, Drew. 17.
17 will allow you to find a potentially stable snail.
I see you, snail.
On your next turn, you can make the grab. Silas Kane.
Silas is also going to wade over into the psychedelic zone. 22.
All right, you see what you are quite sure is a stable snail. And next round, you can make a grab for it. And, well, Gordon's...
As if Silas can recognize anything stable.
It's a very reasonable point. Yeah, Gordon will make use of this advantage zone, because why not? And he will roll with advantage. 27. Oh, shit. Yeah, Gordon sees a snail, too. All right, Bjorg, you're up.
All right. What happened again?
I had forgotten what happened. So, Bjorg, the dimensional wave hits you. These, all happen sequentially. We just break them up for a flow of game. So the dimensional wave hits you, and you immediately find yourself reaching up and, it's already gone. It's out of your hand, but you're trying to... You put the snail back into the wall, and then you walk backwards as you just are reversed by one round.
Ah! And it's gone?
Yeah, so it's just a wave that kind of pushes you back through time.
Is the snail still there?
No, yeah, the snail, as it left your hand, it pulsed you away. So you were trying, you were doing all the motions of putting it back, but it was already gone.
Oh, okay.
So you just spent around basically as the reverse button on a VCR.
Oh, okay, but I still got the snail.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All you need to do is fast Bjorkwood, and you'll be fine.
Yep. Had you gotten lower on the sleight of hand, it would have been first, but you only missed it by a little bit.
All right. Bjorg is going to wander down to the...
You lost your whole turn doing the reverse stuff.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, gotcha.
But you will have normal action next round. Klaus, you are up.
My deductions lead me to conclude that snails should be all abound here.
Roll that perception.
Klaus rolls a 6.
No snail dice.
I love the amount of faith you've got in the universe where you just think, well, my character's leveled up as intelligent. Therefore, any bullshit I pull will surely be correct.
Welcome to the internet, buddy.
I know, right?
I'm not saying it's a bad strategy.
All right, we have 3 sleight of hands in a row, and the first one is Brandon. So, this isn't an attack, so I can't really give you the advantage on this one.
Okay, well, I've got to do a standard deck save.
Yeah, you can just hit sleight of hand. If you have it trained, it'll give you proficiency. If you don't, it won't. So it all washes the
This
same.
is an animal you've never encountered before. Do you not want to punch it?
Oh,
No!
Do I have the option of doing that?
I mean, yeah, it's D&D. You can do whatever you want as long as you can hit it.
Kabloomo. 26.
Oh no!
I'll teach you to be unidentified.
Roll damage.
Oh,
And that is an 8 bludgeoning.
Also roll a d6. Because you are definitely upsetting this snail.
once again, my intelligence prevailed.
1d6. 2.
So you obliterate this snail. And you are struck by dimensional energy. Which we will resolve after Silas and Gordon do their sleight of hands, because I want to see if there's any synergies.
I should probably use my actual knowledge gaining punches ability.
Do you need to roll a check for that?
Yeah, I think it's charisma with advantage.
Versus...
The hit dice of the animal.
Alright, go ahead and roll that up while Silas gives me his sleight of hand.
It's a 14 charisma.
Yeah, you will get knowledge about the dimensional snail that you just obliterated.
Our thirst for knowledge is quenched by their salty spray.
Oh no.
Silas rolls an 11 as he picks up the snail and begins to give it a sermon.
Okay, give me a d6. You will get the snail in your pouch because that is enough to manage it, but not enough to do it without pissing the snail off.
5.
Okay. And we will do Gordon's as well before we see how that all plays out. And Gordon gets an 8, and that is not enough to snag the snail. His is just pissed. His is just full-on pissed.
I'm going to hold up my fist filled with snail shell and just say, you guys need to get past this whole pissing the snail off thing. Lean into it.
Okay, so the only one of you who got a snail successfully there was Silas. So we'll add a snail to y'all's counter. And
3 snails.
3 snails so far. So Silas, you take a bolt of prismatic energy from the snail as it's going in for 9 damage, and you are burned slightly from the heat.
Thank you, Tor. Snail egg.
Gordon Skinflint is teleported directly up 10 feet, at which point he immediately comes crashing back down and takes 5 damage. Okay, that brings us back to Brandon Thighmaster. So, Brandon Thighmaster, you, in obliterating the snail, you get a bigger wave than anybody else. You find a flood of knowledge touching your brain about this simple, kind of debris burrowing creature. It lives among these rocks. It kind of saturates the natural energy that flows through. It drinks it gently and slowly incorporates it into its body. They're snails. There's really only so much I can tell you about them.
Well, considering I did not know what a snail was previously,
Yeah.
it's like 100% snail knowledge.
So that all happens, and then for your effect, because you were struck by that thing, you get multiple effects. So you are bound in a crystalline structure for 2 rounds as a phase of crystals kind of floods over you. You then teleport up and drop down while encased in crystal, which I think you have slow fall, so I doubt it matters. And then The weirdest one is Silas, Gordon, everybody has a line of sight on this, so everybody give me perceptions.
Silas rolls a 20.
My specialty. Klaus rolls a 14.
Gordon got a 12.
8.
Okay, so everybody except Bjorg, who is still kind of looking around for more snails, sees a flickering image appear to Brandon's right. It is a figure who is stuffing a snail easily into their own pouch. They look quite familiar. At a glance, you would say, oh shit, that's Brandon Thighmaster. But the more you look, the more you realize, no, that's not quite Brandon Thighmaster. His tone is a little more defined. His abs are a bit more shredded. And he kind of looks over at you, Brandon, as if in recognition. He goes, oh, weird. There's a slightly less jacked version of me.
It's Brandon Thighmaster.
Oh no, I am encased in crystalline here. I cannot even challenge that. Oh, this is hell.
This new version of Brandon is vastly superior to the old version.
Luckily, I can't hear Silas. Not because of the crystalline, because I just don't listen to it.
Like, because of the rage coursing through you.
Oh, I now have a new objective in life. It's to hunt down this alternative glimmer of myself and destroy it utterly.
Bjornsson.
Brandon is going to become like Jet Li in The One and just jump from dimension to dimension, killing alternate versions of himself.
Yeah, or just, flexing on them.
Brandon, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Luckily, I can't hear Klaus. And again, not just because of the crystal stuff.
Bjorg is moving down to this large crystal cluster on the opposite side of Klaus and is going to percept.
Okay. Roll me perception.
12.
All right. You do not see any potential snails.
Okay. I'm still blissfully unaware of what's going on with Crystal Brandon.
Yep. You do know about the fairy fire thing. Gordon shouted that pretty loudly.
Oh, nice.
Klaus.
I need no fairy fire. I shall move 2 spaces to the south, where I believe, according to my calculations, there should be snails. Perception, 20.
You find a potential dimensional snail.
A beautiful specimen. All right, sleight of hand?
On you.
Or no, next turn? Yeah.
On your turn.
Right.
All right, Brandon Thighmaster, you are encased in crystal for this round. You have 1 round after this to go. Silas Kane.
All right. I'll step over here, but before I percept, I will turn.
Oh, sorry.
So
On Brandon's turn, the image flickers out. He goes, "Oh man, I guess it's a temporary glimpse of what could have been if I didn't work out."
Take a look at Brandon in his crystal cage and never realized how inadequate you are. And then I'll percept.
All right. Roll me perception with advantage.
22.
You again see a snail that you are quite sure is dimensional and stable. All right, and we will have Gordon give it a shot as well, since he did not great on his last dexterity attempt. Natural 20. Gordon also spots a good snail option. Bjornsson.
All right. Well, I already percept. I didn't see anything last time, right?
You did not.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to continue where I am in this crystal cluster, and I'm going to percept again.
All right.
That's 6.
Okay, no dice.
Nope, nothing for me. These crystals are worth contemplating. Are there any orbs here?
Not that you see with a 6.
I can't ponder anything.
Klaus, you have a sleight of hand check.
Well, I know that it's always best to grab a snail by the genital pore, which is located on its head. So, here we go.
Wow.
That intelligence boost is doing wonders for you, man.
Klaus rolls a 13.
Okay, so that's enough to get it, but also trigger it, and also you have a potential dimensional snail, or dimensional stable snail. So, first off, give me a, pick odds or evens.
Odds.
But Drew, is it enough to make it come?
All right. If it's odds, then it is a stable dimensional snail. I'm gonna roll a d20.
Okay. Oh, dear.
Evens. So it is not stable. It detonates in your hand. Roll a d6.
Detonates in your hand.
6.
All right. So the snail explodes in Klaus's hand, and once again you kind of see a wave flicker over him and a figure kind of shimmer into view next to him. It is a version of Klaus that does not have the bear robes, nor the constant hungover look. He appears intelligent, kind of like this morning, but without the weird, debilitating hangover. He's sharp-eyed, looking around, quick on the reflexes, and sees Klaus and visibly recoils. Like, oh God! Okay, I found another remnant time echo thing. This one is rough.
Well, I don't like the way you look either. It's not the first genital pore that I have grabbed that has exploded in my hand.
Oh, God! This is not the first time I've grabbed something's genitals and seen an alternate version of myself.
Yeah, he sees the alternate version. It's like, hey, buddy, maybe you're the one that's jerking off a snail. You ever think about that?
Brandon Thighmaster, you finish at the end of your turn, the crystal encasing you kind of cracks and phases away.
Wow, Brandon, next to the other guy, you're more like Brandon French Fry Master.
I'm pretty sure that was just a wild illusion that never happened and never will happen again.
All right. With Klaus having an echo nearby, Brandon out of the crystal, and us at the top of initiative, I think that is a good time for us to swing over to questions, because as you know, we have been doing a live blog on our Facebook, facebook.com/authorsanddragons, and carefully cultivating your questions, picking the absolute gems, the cream of the crop. But before we get to those, we gotta ride on over to the Discord, because they're the folks paying to get in front of the line. How? Well, they're on our Patreon, patreon.com/authorsanddragons, and you could be too. There's all kinds of fun stuff. We do monthly events like Authors and Dragons at the movies, hangouts, and various fun interactive games and surprises. So come on out and join us. But that's enough plugging/vamping. Rick, what's our first question?
All right, our friend Kvel Bjorn asks, what, if any, special benefits can people expect if they buy or upgrade to an Acolyte of the Many Fists badge at Authors and Dragons Con?
Much fisting.
I know we have like a VIP pass for the con. Is that what he's talking about there?
I believe so, yes.
So.
I don't think we can give it away because we are keeping it as a surprise, but a shitload of swag and a very special, unique prize that we have made that there are only a certain amount of. So if you can opt for the VIP upgrade, do it. You won't be disappointed.
I'm freezing my sperm as we speak.
Jesus.
You too could have Robert Bevan's baby for the VIP. No, not guaranteed.
Or if you're running low and you need some emergency mayo for your sandwich.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, hurry, scamper to the next question, scamper.
Not guaranteed. Please do buy the VIP ticket package for Authors and Dragons Card, August 19th to 21st, North Carolina.
Oh wow, guys, it's somehow I'm seeing a lot of people returning their VIP, even though we're mid-record. It's crazy. It's like they knew.
Well, in a related note, our friend Lamplighter asks, are there any recommendations for good spots to visit or eat in Charlotte for those coming out to the con?
Ooh.
Figures we have this question when John's not here.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's maybe not one we can feel. What's the Bayou Billy's near the hotel?
Boardwalk Billy's,
Boardwalk
that's
Billy's.
still there.
Yeah.
We like that
5-minute
place.
walk away.
Yeah. Or for breakfast, go to Famous Toastery.
Oh yeah, that
Nice
was good.
chicken wings,
Famous
a
Toastery
good
was really nice.
vanilla porter last time I was there.
Don't Uber Eats Taco Bell. It will be pretty cold by the time you get it.
And yet still somehow sweaty. Yeah, don't do that.
Especially if you're making your friend eat his first Taco Bell.
And last.
Well, you're not dead yet, Steve.
We can't,
And we've got
we
a con
can't blame
coming up.
Uber Eats for that. It was sitting around for like 3 hours.
I need to blame someone, Bevan. I can't just blame an unjust God.
Well, how about our next question?
Okay. All right, our friend Kyle the Goof asks, what dating advice would either your A&D character or your Salty Bastards character offer?
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I picked a good
that's-
one with Brandon because none.
People are gross.
Stan Dandeliver definitely does have dating advice, but he's got like 120 years of it, so there's a lot of it. It'd probably be a case of, I think it'd come down to the fundamentals: chew some gum, keep your nails short.
I'll do Metallica's AM since he's my one character on all this. He would say that it's very important to keep your partner's needs in mind, because between the air, the water, and the food, boy, it takes a lot for humans to stay alive. And if you forget over 1 week, it's a cleanup.
Silas has some pretty good advice. If, when you go out to dinner, she burns the waitstaff for, in the name of Tuareg for being heretics, she's a keeper.
Show her your wonder. If she flies away, and she was never yours to begin with, or something. Well, however the saying goes. If she can overpower
Bjorg?
you, she still might be a keeper.
Jesus. Okay. Bjorg's advice would be rather simple, and it would be, don't get flowers on designated holidays. Get flowers randomly and when least expected.
Surprise! Flowers!
Now, do keep in mind, Bjork's profession is florist, so there's a little bit of self-servingness in that advice.
Yes, buy flowers from Northman florists.
Why only buy on Valentine's Day? Any day of week is good time for flowers.
She's just walking down a dark alley. It's getting dark. It's a bit creepy. Bjork
Want some flowers?
Bjork just descends from the rooftop with a fistful of flowers. Smash! Unexpected romance.
Your beauty leaves these a pale imitation.
Oh, God.
All right, why don't we do one more?
We will smash like the crystal flowers.
Why don't we do one more from the Discord?
Our friend Kvel Bjorn has a deep one. Hot dogs, are they a sandwich or a taco?
They're neither. They're a hot dog.
They're a hot dog. Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on from this nonsense immediately.
I too have a
We
deep
already...
one.
No, we already have a word for what they are, man. Quit trying to reinvent the wheel.
That's what I call a hot dog. They just come up with that randomly.
If that's too burdensome, Link works just fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you go and you ask somebody for like a wiener taco, you're getting something that you don't expect. Or maybe you do expect.
I would like a wiener in the buns.
I don't know if this is a common thing where y'all are around, but there's like a lot of Link sales in Texas or the South in general, where like you'll on a Saturday organizations will be like in a parking lot grilling and selling hot links, and those are served with like ketchup and a slice of white sandwich bread, and I still wouldn't call it a stupid fudge sandwich.
No, that is we have like sausage sandwiches in England. That is a thing that is quite frequent. It's not a hot dog. It's a sausage sandwich. They're different things.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, here in New Jersey, we know not to accept food from strangers.
I mean, to be fair, some of the best food I've had in my life has been sold to me out of the back of a pickup truck.
Hey, just calling out of a van. Hey kid, you want a wiener taco?
Oh, jeez. It's for the church. Ugh.
Oh, no!
Well, Joe, with that horrified reaction, why don't you bring us on over to the Facebook and see what people
Oh,
are asking.
God. Okay. Our friend Melanie says, if you had unlimited funds, what TV show or movie would you redo? Also, my birthday is August 2nd. Can I get a fuck you? Except for you, Rick Galtieri. You didn't like my question about bad vacations.
Oh,
Well,
Fine. You get an anti-fuck you.
Well, you get a genuine fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. And fuck Dinosaur Land for reminding me again.
All glory be to Dinosaur Land.
God, we got to do Dinosaur Land one day. Dare to dream. Bury me in dinosaur land.
Yeah. Bury me in that strange, goggle-eyed ape they have in Dinosaur Land for some reason.
Bury me beneath the mammoth who looks really scared.
Yeah, I want to take over that mammoth haunted style.
Yeah, bury me beneath the mammoth with its cock caught in its zipper.
God. Okay, what TV show would you remake?
Oh, okay, so remake. So
Remakes, yeah. TV or movie?
okay.
The Lost World. But it's just in Dinosaur Land and it's just Rick.
God, there's so many, like, I don't want to bring back something that was good because that already existed, and honestly, that shit never really feels like it works. So I'd like to bring back something that was underappreciated and could maybe benefit from more budget. I'm going to bring back Big Wolf on Campus, the incredibly cheap Canadian comedy fantasy series about a dude who's a werewolf and his buddy who's a goth just doing high school shit.
So cheap and so Canadian.
Yeah, it ended up being kind of charming because they had to invent all these like shitty monsters and stuff because they just had no money. So it's a bookmobile monster.
Yeah, they were charming. It was charming.
I would love to see that remade. Bring back Merton J. Dingle.
Same guy. No, exactly same guys, same cast. It's like 15 years later or 20 years later, whatever it is. They're grown up. They're still living very low budget lives, and they're still, they haven't moved on. It's very sad. I'll take that.
I thought it was funny. I wrote a blog about Big Wolf on Campus, and in my research, I found out that I was watching like a few episodes. I was like, man, the sidekick, the Merton Dingle guy, he does so much of the lifting on this show. And when I was checking the IMDb, the main character is in less episodes than the sidekick.
Wow.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's like, we could do one without the werewolf. We can't do one without Merton.
Yeah. I think if I was going to remake, I've mentioned this before, Nightmare, a 90s kids show in England, which is basically, I guess, the closest we've had to a live action D&D TV show. It's very low budget, just guiding this person through a Dungeons and Dragons fantasy labyrinth world. Yeah, I think that's ripe. Particularly, given what we do, I think we could resurrect that easily and cheaply, more importantly.
Well, I mean, unlimited funds. You know what? I would remake Forever Night, but like the main character would be a nerdy vampire named Bill, because yes, I'm gonna be fucking selfish since I have unlimited funds.
I would remake. This actually violates Drew's thing of not remaking something good, but I think it would be an interesting twist on it. I would remake the show Grimm, but instead of cops, the protagonists would be a bunch of community organizers and activists. I feel like that would be actually a really interesting take on the mythology that they built up.
Honestly, I would like Grimm just do it from, again, I feel like I'm on a theme now, but the sidekick, the werewolf dude, he was so much more interesting than the Grimm.
Yeah, he was a great character.
Yeah, like he had this whole history. He was rejecting his like people's native urges. He was like working like to better his own community. Like that dude had a cool ass story.
Yeah, he was Pilates. He did all of his Pilates and clockworking. I loved that show.
I'm gonna go with Columbo. Only make him like, not faking incompetence, just be incompetent.
You wouldn't know the difference. It's
Yeah,
Columbo.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't solve the cases though.
He's like, one more thing. Did you do it? The guy's like, no. He's like, well, I'm out about this. I'm off to see my invisible wife. Bye.
Well, Columbo's on the case. Guess another murderer's walking free.
I'll throw out an honorable mention idea of maybe bringing back that classic Goosebumps TV show, but update it for like a more modern audience, maybe put an adult twist on it. If you could find a property of stories that fit that bill. All right, what do you say we do one more from the Facebook?
Let's see here. You know what? This one sounds fun. Our friend Zachary asks, if your character was a breakfast food, what would it be?
Oh, just eggs.
Just eggs, no salt or pepper.
Different kind of eggs in different ways. And there'd be enough eggs, enough boiled, scrambled, fried eggs to just make a perfect sculpture of Brandon Flymester.
This is pure author appeal here, but I think Bjorg would be a chicken fried steak.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, that fits.
It'd just be a nice big chicken fried steak with potatoes and with like hash browns and eggs on the side.
Big old glass of milk.
Yep.
Whereas like Silas is just a pile of shit on your plate, while your awful family is telling you better eat every last bite.
God.
Oh,
it
no.
tastes like religion.
A goat stomach full of liquor that's forcibly pumped into you.
God.
And I will say Metallic Kazam is one of those calorie meal replacement smoothies like Soylent.
Oh, that's depressing.
All your nutrition needs.
All the nutrition, none of the pleasure. Does your diet have too much joy?
I actually gotta say, I don't mind the Soylent drinks.
Yeah,
I've heard they're okay.
Don't, Silas. Oh, I have never tried them. I assume they probably taste pretty good, but I just can't imagine how that would be filling.
You know, it's basically one of those things like on the go. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm running out of the house, and I don't want to like stuff my face with Pop-Tarts. So it's a good alternative to that. I will say I tried doing like a diet of that a couple years back, and maybe by about the 6th day, I looked at it, and I was like, if I have to drink one more of these, I'm gonna go on a murder rampage.
Yeah, it does get very old very quick. I tried something called Huel, which is the same thing, but also sounds like an onomatopoeia for throwing up. So, yeah, 5 days of Huel.
Oh. All right. Was that everybody?
I think so, yeah.
Excellent. All right, folks. Well, thank you for joining us on another episode of Authors and Dragons. We'll be back next week with a side quest or a Salty Bastards, depending on how the scheduling lines up. And, of course, we will see you in a couple of weeks at Authors and Dragons Con 2022.
Oh, my God.
Until then, bye.
Bye.
See you in the future.
Authors and Dragons is brought to you under a Creative Commons license, meaning you are free to share this material so long as credit is given to those who created it, which is us, the people you just heard play the game. Opening and closing themes performed by the Gore Core 4.
Authors and Dragons! Authors and Dragons!
Hey, buddy, maybe you're the one that's jerking off a snail.